Check, test, check, 1, 2, good.
Chad, you say something?
Test 1, test 2.
Is yours a little hot?
Yeah, one of them.
Robert?
Check, test 1, 2, check, 1, 2, test 1, 2, test 1, test 1. Check, we good?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
It was up. Why is not up?
It probably went up, smacked, and went back.
It went up and then went. You want Jason?
Yeah, he says he's on my team.
Yes, yeah, somebody will start putting it up, and then they must have took it down.
Okay.
It started to rise, but they lowered it.
Okay. And I don't, but yeah, he said he was
Cool. Yeah, we're all good. Sorry. Yeah, everything's fine. That's not your stuff. No, it's not your fault.
Louisiana.
I might need him.
I know. That would be down.
But I get it. I never told him about. I need a lot. I don't remember who it was.
The light?
Yeah, light plane. So I know he's getting the light
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
That, and then when I get it set, you just because I don't remember what.
Gotcha. Yep, I'll deal with it.
How you doing? We're just gonna do the. What is it? We're just gonna do the.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? Good.
Hey, why those did not have power?
Cole, I heard you're next, right? You're next, right?
My dad is.
I tried that next.
You're fine. I can step over this.
What do you
I
want?
want you to be happy. You
Are
ready?
you ready? Give me a go.
I'll count it down.
And welcome here to Hammond, Louisiana. We're here for the Countdown to Full Time show. And here with Full Pull Live here for the first time here in Hammond, Louisiana, here with this big Mid-South Pull to officially kick off the outdoor pulling season here. And I've got a special guest here, Chad Mayhill, joining me here. And Chad, it's been a busy off season for you here this year. Tell us about what you've been going on here.
Yeah, we've been working on a couple different cuts on some tires, trying to get everything balanced out and ready for season here. It's here already.
Yeah, we were talking, just a couple, actually about a month ago we had the farm show and everybody was, all amped up for the farm show, and then it came and it went, and then now we're almost, it's outdoor season. Let's go.
Yep. We drove about 14, 15 hours to do a little testing down here ourselves. Just a couple new things going on in the camp, and working with a couple new guys and see what we can do.
Now, Now, tell the folks at home, I mean, how long, you've been involved here with two-wheel drive pulling over the years, but, on the other side of things, the tire side of things, how did you get involved with that?
So in 1996, Tim Engler had built a tire machine for Ron and Jeff Lighting, or Ronnie Lighting and Jeff Justice, and we was needing a pair of tires cut, and Tim Engler says, well, here, go up to these guys, and they were only about 60 miles from our shop. So the first pair of tires to ever roll off that machine in 1996 was for us. And so I was pulling garden tractors at the time and kind of playing with the modified stuff with Lowry's. And long story short, started doing all the garden tractor stuff. And then in 2004, Ronnie had a stroke, and helped him that summer get through the big rushes and stuff. And in December of 2004, we'd bought him out. So.
And then, obviously went from there, but now, we've got the, also a sled operator, at one time. Where did that all work into that?
So after I sold the gardens, actually, I stepped into a two-wheel drive truck pulling sold it off in 07, 08 at the farm show. And then 08, got in a pulling sled that Richard Love had built for Lowry's. Ran it up through 2015. And decided I want to concentrate on the tire business a little bit more. And right after that, Jesse Petro had contacted me to take a truck to Saluda, South Carolina, April of 2016, I guess it was.
And then it was off to the races there with the Petro camp. Now, over the years, they've run as many as 6-7 vehicles there, and, you were running on the PPL side. Jesse and Randy were running over there on the NTPA side, and you'd go out and run with a couple vehicles and had a lot of success over there with the PPL side, former national champion.
Yeah, it's amazing how things come together and do that. Jesse and I just had that conversation in the trailer this morning that it's been 10 years or this will be the 10th season. And
it's really been that long. So there you go, right there. It's like, wow, it just seems like you guys, it hadn't been that long, but 10 years.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. And no, it's been a great run. Enjoy everything we got going. Randy was a big inspire on how to run pulling trucks, and miss him dearly. Just the shop talks, having a beer after the show, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we've talked about it over the years, one of the all-time greats when it comes to two-wheel drive pulling, Randy Petro, and you talk to a lot of the pullers, past, present, and they talk about Randy, just how good he was, and he always said, Jesse always said that, his equipment didn't look the best, but boy, did it run, and.
And they struggled there in the early days, not having quite as good equipment, and then they finally got good equipment, and watch out, and come out and won 10 grand national titles in a row. And then in 2021, when I won the PPL championship, Jesse had told me, it's like, if I can win the NTPA side and lost it by 1 point, that he was going to retire.
Yep.
And he didn't get that pulled off, and that was Randy telling us that we're not done yet.
Yep, there you go, right, for sure. And yeah, definitely. But I mean, you guys, like you say, you've kind of, now how many trucks we got going in the stable right now? I mean, if once the season gets rolling and everything, how many going to have out on the circuits?
So I'll be running P5 and two-timing on the PPL Champions Tour. Then I've got my own region truck for actually my boy, which will be 16 here this summer. We'll keep it on region 2 in TPA, and then Jesse and Joey will run 3 trucks on the Grand National side.
Okay. So then, and then, are you guys going to kind of cross mix here and there, or are you just kind of?
Yeah, I think we'll probably end up at like Bowling Green with a couple PPL trucks, maybe. See what happens. See how things are going at that point. We might be pulling our hair out.
Now, some of the guys, you run the PPL side. You got to have the full body truck, and the NTPA. You can run the the T buckets. Is there any difference anymore with them? I mean, I know years ago it was pretty much a big difference, but it seemed like now they've kind of. What did they extend the front out a little bit? You could, with the full body trucks.
Yeah. So, like in PPO, we got to run a 165 wheelbase. In TPA is a 15-foot overall, which it gains like 2 inches of wheelbase depending on your front tire size. And it used to be a big weight advantage, because everything was steel body and that, and now we got lightweight fiberglass tube frames.
Yeah, and of course, you know, the full body trucks, you know, it seems like every year somebody comes out with a little bit different. And I heard like this year there's going to be an early 80s, the square body truck out there. So, yeah, it's kind of neat how everybody's kind of, you know, we've seen the early 70, late 60 model here's been the hot one here as of late. But somebody's got to come up with an older Ford here to come out here and.
Well, Jesse and Randy and Kathy, they like to circle the problems and run Fords. And I'm a bow tie person.
There you go. But, yeah, maybe one day we'll see a square-bodied Ford out there someday.
Yep. An old 77 Ford would be pretty cool.
So out on the national circuit here, 2025, last year with the NTPA, you sponsored the two-wheel drive class. Tell us what you got going here for 2025 here with the NTPA.
So we done the two-wheeler last year, worked out great. And this year we're moving it over to the mini rod class, and kind of my end-game goal is to push it into all classes and until the money runs out, I guess I would say, just to give back to all the ones that have got us going and kept us going, you know.
So when we talking, you know, let's go back to the tires and, like, how many do you actually cut? You know, have you ever actually counted, like, you know, I'm sure like before Louisville, that's the busy time, and then before the Grand National Circuit and the Champion Tour start. I mean, where are you sitting at as far as how many tires you guys actually sharpen over there?
I've honestly never kept track. You know, on an average week, we usually kick out, depending, you know, resharpen stuff, we can do 20 to 25 pairs of big tires a week. You know, resharpens don't take near as long, but you get a new METOS and that where it takes 30 to 40 hours on a set. You know, that eliminates a lot of time. So,
how about like the smaller ones, like the two-wheel drives and the mini rods? How long does it set, you know, to sharpen a set?
A typical resharpen to be, you know, roughly 2 to 3 hours a set. And we got 4 guys in the house that's, you know, that's all they do is a couple on belt sanders, a couple hot knifing, grinding, that kind of stuff.
So you said about 2-3 hours on a smaller set, and then, like you say, those big METOS. Now, those big METOS, a lot of folks don't know, when they come over here, they're actually a big slick.
Yes, correct. They're we'll trim off about 60 pounds. They come in like a drag slick until you round them up and get lugs counted on them. You know, you'll be, and that's a nice feature with them. You can put, you know, 48 lugs to, you know, there's some out there that's over 60. So.
Yeah, so it just kind of depends what. Now, some of the classes are mandated, and then others, or you can pretty much run whatever you want. And
yeah, they've kind of taken all the lug count rules out like they had there for a little while. NTPA's kind of backed off that and opened stuff up.
Okay, so now here in Hammond, Louisiana, here for the first time at this event, you guys, you know, checking out the track. You brought, what, 2 trucks with you?
Yeah, we brought P5 and 2-time, and then we had a trailer mate, Chase Richardson, hopped in with us, so
brought him on down here to.
Yeah, it's the first time he's been early to anything.
How about the numbers here tonight? You guys know what class you guys are going to be? What order? Or
there will be first class, believe it or not.
Okay.
There's roughly probably 20 or maybe a little over on two-wheel drive competitors this evening.
So right in that mark. So going to be a big class, and we've got trucks here, you know, from up north, you guys. We got trucks from Texas here. We've got a lot of the Mid-South trucks here. Boy, what a mix, you know, of good competitors here this weekend.
Yep, for sure.
So some of the best action you're going to see here tonight, fans. 7 o'clock start time here for the Full Pull Live here in Hammond, Louisiana. The first outdoor pull here with the Mid-South Pullers here, and they'll kick off their season here this weekend. We'll be going here tonight at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow we'll be at 6 o'clock, an hour earlier. So if you can't be here in the Hammond area, make sure you do check out Full Pull Live here on both nights. So we will have the countdown show at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as well before we get things underway. So, Chad, we know your first class, so you got to get back there and get to work. And good luck here tonight.
Yes, thank you, Dan. Thank you for having me on.
All right, so Chad Mayhill joining us here on the Countdown to Pull Time show. Oh, and we'll bring the promoter right in. Yes. We'll bring Mr. Salino in here right now. And little Charlie, glad to be here in Hammond. And, boy, we got a beautiful night for pulling. A little cool here and kind of cool things down a little bit. But we're looking for big things tonight, aren't we?
It is. The weather looks like it's going to shape up, and we're going to get this thing in. That's what everybody always talks about, you know, calling today. I had a bunch of people calling today, want to know, we canceling? No, we ain't canceling. This show must go on. it's the best black smoke roll in Hammond, Louisiana that we're going to get around here. Fans really love it. They're starting to come in now, starting to get in the bleachers. A lot of people already here sitting in lawn chairs. We're going to have a show and put it on and let everybody enjoy it and have a great time. That's what it's all about.
I seen you go by just a little bit ago on your little tractor there.
Yeah.
But when did you get started on the big one there?
We actually started quarter scale over 10 years ago, probably 15 years ago, and we did that for a good while, running a series. And then all of a sudden, one day we decided to get a big tractor, and it's been growing from there. And also now, my other half, she's running. We got a truck too.
Saw that last night. Yeah, I made a test run last night, and has she stopped talking about it, or is she still fired up?
She has. She's still fired up. We did some adjusting and tuning on it today in there. See, just let it go down the track. That's the main thing we're working on right now.
And Charlie, what a turnout here this weekend for competitors. Now, this is, we talked a little bit about that in the two-wheel drive class. We got them coming from all over the place, but really all the classes here well represented.
I got to thank the pullers that travel down to see me. We're very far south. I mean, it's probably the most southern pull that anybody can ever come to. And the distances that people drive, I just don't know what to say, but thank you. We try to do our best down here. There's always room for improvement. Like we talked before, it's tight here. But, hey, we're always trying to help to make this grow a bigger sport here. And we love the people to come down. And we try our best to let them have a good time, too.
Well, this is my first time here, and this facility is just perfect for pulling. I mean, this is an A1 facility. If you fans have never been here before, I mean, laid out absolutely perfect. I mean, the flow of traffic for all the competitors, and just, you guys have really, thought about everything through here, and just an A1 facility, and excited to see how it's going to go here this weekend.
It's funny you said we thought it out, and it's actually the back of our dealership here, but it takes a lot of effort from everybody, all my employees, all my friends. We got a good track crew that comes back every year. Most of them's my friends. They got their own businesses. They put it on the side for this weekend to come out and have a good time with us too. And it takes a little effort of everybody. And that's what I said. It's fans that are here. If you see them guys out there, tell them thank you, because it goes a long ways, and it takes a lot. If nobody's ever been a promoter, at least once, I think you need to. It's frustrating, but the outcome is always the smile on your face.
Yeah, when Saturday night's all done, you look back on everything, and now this actually where the pulling track is, a lot of history, you said, with the family here, right?
Yeah, this property's been in the family for a long time. My grandpa and my dad and me actually farmed this land, row crop farm. We have strawberries, peppers, cucumbers. Right here, I can remember picking peppers here not too many years ago, and it's family land, and we just enjoy tractor pulling, being in a dealership. That's why we like having tractors and things like that. It kind of fits in, but that's why we're growing into a family sport.
Yeah, and we got the fans filing in here, getting ready for the 7 o'clock start time here tonight. Once again, 5 great. The run order. Do you know the rest of the order, Charlie?
If I remember right, we're going two-wheel drives. Then we're going to light limited. Then I think we're going to. I don't know the thing. Super Farm, 4-wheel drive trucks, and then 4-in-1. I think it's
4-in-1s will be the final class.
4-in-1's going to be last. Yes.
All right, so we're going to fill out the show with a lot of smoke there at the end of the show.
Right.
So
kind of split the classes with the trucks there.
So yeah, great turnout of competitive pulls. So we've got some real tough competitors coming in here. So it's going to be a great show. Can't wait to get things rolling.
That's this year. Last year we had right at 8 states representatives from pullers and stuff.
And what was the furthest that you've seen come here?
I think from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Well,
we got a couple from Wisconsin
I know.
here that come
That's
down.
What I said. Maybe we need to get y'all back over there, but it's all good though. Everybody comes down here. The biggest thing we want is to have a good time. I mean, we're in Louisiana, and I remember whenever when I was young, we still go to Louisville. I used to go every year. We don't go as much as that, but as a kid, I walked around Louisville in the pits, and then just looking at tractors, and I really loved looking at them. Today, it's touching to go in the pits back there and know 3/4 to 100%. 100% of the people that I know there now, it's a pulling family, and that's what it's all about. Everybody's there to help everybody to get on the track and make a good pull.
Now, pulling here in Louisiana, did you ever go to the pulls when they had them at the Superdome?
Actually, I have gone to there, and I can't find them, but there's some pictures of when they used to pull in the Centralplex in Baton Rouge also.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And NTPA had a had a group that came down and used to pull in the Centralplex. But I remember that as a kid going there. And actuality, too, here in this area, in let's say in a 20, 25, 30-mile area, there was some backyard brush pulls, just farm stock. And we had a couple tractors here in Louisiana. One in particular actually pulled, I don't remember if it was 83 or 84, but he actually pulled in Louisville.
Oh, okay.
And it was pretty cool to see that.
Yes, there was a, I can't think of the name right off.
Steve Foss, and he pulled Cortez.
Cortez, yes, that was the name of it.
And actually, I don't know if he's here yet, but Steve will be here tonight.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
The Foss family is still in the town, and they actually come here and watch the pulls and see everything.
And if I remember, there was a Kelly that pulled a modified.
Billy Kelly, yes.
Okay,
Denham Springs Express. Yes.
Yep. Out of Louisiana as
well.
well.
Yes, he was in Denham Springs, Louisiana, called the DS Express.
So, there we go.
And then and for some reason or other, the D21s was pretty popular in the area, too. We had a few of those, names such as Boss Hog, Bad Medicine, and I know I'm thinking of missing some other ones, but there was quite a few of those in here. So we had some tractors and trucks in the area that actually pulled. So it was, back then, though, it was just like turning wrenches, turning a little bit of this and that, but it's amazing what came out of the barns around here.
And then the popularity of it kind of went away? Is that what happened, or it's just?
I really don't know what happened. Realistically, I think what happened, there was too many going on every weekend. And you have a pool over here. There was to raise money for fire departments and different organizations, and then it got to be where it was every weekend we was having a tractor pull. And I think it actually just got burned out. I mean, if you want to do that and that's why some people always talk about me, man, you need to do this twice a year. Number one, I can't handle it twice a year, and I don't think the rest of my family and all of the workers can handle it twice a year. But you don't want to burn something out too much. And there again, your bigger pulls that you go to, Louisville, Pull Town, USA, all those pulls, people look forward for that. And it's a once a year event that's big, and that's what I'm pushing for down here. I mean, I never imagined that this pull was going to get as big as it got. And it's always growing, and I know I got problems at work figuring out things to do, but I want it to grow more. I want it to be in this location. I don't want to change locations, because one thing in Central Hammond, some of y'all that come here, there's things to do here in Hammond. Tangipahoa Parish is a big, wide area, and Hammond's centrally located here, and it's just a good area to come in. We got plenty of hotels to get everybody in, all the nice restaurants that everybody go to. And it's just a good town to be in. There's plenty to do here, and if you want to come in early and go to New Orleans, go to Baton Rouge, go wherever, you centrally located.
And as we found out from the local barber here in Old Hammond yesterday, we went to visit an old gentleman, and Jason actually got a haircut over there.
Oh, did
but
he?
He had told us that parish is actually counties, and this is the only state in the union
that has parishes.
That has parishes. Yes, we
right.
did learn that
that's
yesterday.
Right. 64 parishes in our state. Yes.
So, where everybody else has got counties, they got parishes down here. And, so actually, when did the pull get started, Charlie? What was the first year for it?
The pull's been going on here this is going to be right at the 11th year, I think it is. When we started at the arena in A-Meet, which is 18 miles from here. It was a parish arena. We started there. Nothing against it. It was a good location, everything. We screwed up when we built the track. It was our fault when we did it that I think we built it in the wrong location there. So whenever the first time we had a pull there, the sled came down, put it on the track. When we put it on the track, we had some good amount of pullers. We probably had 20 pullers there, and he backed up on the track and it sunk and got stuck.
Oh, okay.
So I had my dozer there. So we started working it and trying to figure out what we can do, and we actually pulled. And we had a pull that year. I was not happy with it, but I was happy that we got done with it. And to be honest with you, they came back next year. So, and it was at the point, having it away from here, another thing that it was bad about it, all equipment, everything, logistics-wise, at a haul over there.
Oh, okay.
Here, I got everything right behind us. No matter what equipment we need to make this track successful for the pullers and everything, I can put my hands on it in just a short time right here.
Now, most of the stuff we see here, I mean, do you, like the grandstands, you bring those in? Basically the guardrails and the lights are probably the only...
Correct. The lights and the guardrail stays here, and we have added that on little by little. We, make a little money, we add to the track, and that's what we're kind of putting back into it. The concession stands, which is behind us over here, it's actually a warehouse for our business. So I got to move all that stuff out once a year and then have the concessions open up there. We do have 3 rental units over to my left over here that stands to come in. And that's something that's a big expense is bleachers. We don't think about it, but it's hard to find used bleachers. And the center section was a set that we found, but we always growing and always looking.
Now,
So-
Charlie, did you think of a warehouse sale there when you start moving stuff around? Advertise the warehouse sale and said moving things back and forth here.
One thing about us, we always got stuff on sale. So
Oh, there you go. There you go.
so, yes, so that's what I said. It's always a struggle, but I took Jason by the house earlier, and it was so funny. All the equipment in the lot, it's all on trailers at my house right now. So
Everything's all stored, ready to go. And
ready to come back and put in line so we can sell it.
well, we know you're a busy man. We thank you for taking a couple minutes and joining us here tonight. And, of course, the folks are filing in here tonight, so it should be a great crowd.
Yes.
And we got a great show to put on, so it's going to be a good one.
Well, hopefully everything's going to be good, and we'll see you soon.
All right, so Charlie Salino joining us here tonight, the promoter right here in Hammond. All right, Robert's going to come in here, and Robert's the mouth of the Hammond Pool.
Well, we call myself the Crazy Cajun
The
because
Crazy Cajun. Okay, that's what we needed to. I needed what the official word.
it's just gotten labeled. You know what I mean?
The Crazy Cajun.
The Crazy Cajun.
Crazy Cajun. So tell us about it. Here we are, Hammond, Louisiana. We're ready to go here. The fans are filing in.
It's
Yeah.
still early. So I'll tell you, our fans like to show up 30 minutes, an hour before the pool. They'll pile in here. The gate will be backed up for a good 200-300 foot. They work very good to get them through real fast. But what we like to start off with, 6:15, 6:30, we always do a kids' Power Wheels pool. We love the kids come out here. We built a Power Wheel sled for them. The kids come out here. We let them pool. We give them some candy, have a good time with them. That is the future of our sport.
Absolutely.
If we can get the kids involved into it, then they want to grow up and buy them a tractor or a truck, have fun with it. So we like to have the kids show first. We do that, get the crowd, watch that, and then we want to get the crowd started. We'll start the show at 7 o'clock. Everybody's worried about the weather, Dan, right?
Yep, absolutely. But I'm going to tell you, it's not going to rain.
Well,
We're good.
you know, a weatherman is kind of like a lottery game.
You got it.
You take a chance on him saying it's going to rain or not because most of the time they're full of you know what.
They're right half the time.
Yeah,
and they
most-
don't get fired.
Yeah, and that's the only people that can tell you it's going to storm and it don't storm and it don't get fired. You're correct.
Yep.
So
I just don't smell the rain. So
I don't smell the rain. If rain's coming, I think it's going to be later tonight, 11 o'clock rain, somewhere out. We should get the show in before 11 o'clock anyway. We got I guess you want to say a little competition going between some guys that we're going to get done in time. But, you know, me and Jason will settle that later on tonight.
We are going to talk about that. Because yes.
Hey, look, I told him put his money where his mouth
Well,
is.
we
and
got the-
I have my checkbook if he wants to put his checkbook.
Uh-oh.
Mine's back there, but mine's a lot thicker than that, so you better come over some more.
Oh.
Okay. 10,000?
For 2 minutes of 10 grand?
10 grand.
No, I want to see something first.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Robert, you're a hype guy.
I mean, I'm live.
We're $1.
$1.
What?
We're $1.
Where are y'all from?
We're $1.
Where y'all from? $1? That shows me you're scared. Man, you coming to Louisiana, we know how to gamble, we know how to eat.
That's why they call you the Crazy Cajun.
Yeah, because I ain't worried about it. I mean, if I didn't shoot out, lose $10,000 tonight, we're going to the strip club or we're going to the casinos and bars and get the
moonshine.
money.
Wait a minute.
Hey, you want some moonshine? We'll get the moonshine.
Yeah,
That's no
we're talking about
problem.
the moonshine
We'll
earlier.
drink all night long. That don't bother none of us.
We heard about that, so we have to, the local fair.
Well, I mean, they say Tennessee is the moonshine state.
No.
I ain't never met a Cajun that can't outdrink somebody else.
Now, you were telling us earlier about this, was it brisket sandwich?
Well, not a brisket sandwich.
Okay.
We was talking about barbecue. So
Okay.
we have a place called Hi-Ho Barbecue right here in Hammond, Louisiana, and it is the best barbecue sandwiches you'll ever get. Meaning, they do things a little different. They smoke their meat. They slice the meat every day, and they make a barbecue sauce every day. And the meat is never in the barbecue sauce. The barbecue sauce goes on the bun, then the meat, then the sauce, then they put the top on it, wrap it up, and it cooks it and heats it while it's in the wrapper.
Why it's in the wrapper.
While it's in the wrapper.
And you said it was frozen. The meat was
The
frozen.
meat is almost froze. It's kind of like a consistency of froze or a real cold, right? Just coming out of the freezer. It's that cold. They like to keep it at 33, 34 degrees. They say it soaks up the meat. I mean, the sauce better if it's that cold when they put the hot sauce on it and the sauce is boiling while they pour it on there.
Well, we're going to have to try that too.
Well,
we got
I
moonshine
promise
to try,
you.
and we got to find
If you haven't got one tonight, tomorrow on my way here from my house, which is 10 minutes away, I'll pick y'all up some Hi-Ho barbecue. barbecues, and I'm going to get you a sauce bun because it's even better than a barbecue sandwich.
Now, you said the sauce bun, that was a bun, sauce, cheese, and that's it.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's it. I promise you. And if you don't like it, something's wrong with your taste buds. You can go back to where you come from. That's all it boils down to.
I'll try anything.
Well, now, Dan, where are you from?
I am originally from outside of Buffalo, New York. Originally.
We won't hold that against you.
Nope. And, yeah, I know. Your Saints have won the Super Bowl. I know. I hear it everywhere I go.
Look, if you worry about the Saints down here, you in the whole country, because much more Saints fans out of Mississippi and Alabama than there is in Louisiana. We know how they play football.
But I have moved since. And 2.5 years ago, we moved to southern Indiana, just outside of Louisville. So that's where we are right now.
Well, if I was in Indiana, I'd be watching a lot more dirt car racing and all that.
Oh, yeah, we just had a big one last weekend there. We had
yeah.
a Lucas Oil late model race up there. And
correct.
Brownstown, actually.
Yeah.
And,
now, was that the night that Dan Moran won? I think it was.
Yeah, Devin Brand won that night.
Yeah,
because Ricky Thornton won the night before.
Night before.
At
correct.
They were down in Kentucky the night before.
But we're not talking about...
But you're an old dirt track guy, so...
My family owned a dirt track, which was about 12 minutes away from here, called Spillway Speedway, for about 20 years, and that's what got me into promoting and racing. I started at 12 years old doing some stuff, and then at age 14, he put me in the flag stand. I started flagging and just went from there. Then I started racing myself, and one thing led to another, and then Charlie gave me a call and said that we was going to do some tractor pulling, and he's asked, can I help him, and come out here and do it. So everybody wants to know a Hammond pull. What is different about a Hammond tractor pull than everywhere else? I was talking to y'all earlier. I go Tennessee, I go to Alabama, Texas, and all that. The Hammond pull is a little different because of our fans. Something about the fans here, I don't know if it's the liquid courage that gets them a little earlier or what, but I tell you one thing. About 7:30, 8 o'clock, you're going to see a difference, and it's going to just flip for you. Instead of just the cheering, it's going to be a lot more hollering. It's going to be a lot more craziness. And then about the 9 o'clock range is when I'm going to do a dance competition, and I'm going to get one or two out here that's going to get out there in that dirt, and they're going to do the worm, and they're going to do some break dancing, and they're going to get crazy on me.
They still break dance down here, huh?
Man, look, the worst part about it, I have to tell them before we start, keep your clothes on, because they want to start throwing clothes on.
Well, that was my next question. I was okay. We
keep it family oriented, I promise
you. We keep it PG.
All right, that's
family
oriented.
That's good.
But what I like to say is you come to a party in Hammond, Louisiana, and a tractor pull breaks out in the middle of it.
There you go.
If you go to a dirt car race, you're going to watch a fight, and a race breaks out in the middle of it.
That's right.
That's how it works.
I'm an old dirt racer myself. I used to run when I was up in New York. We ran Canada. We ran all across New York. We didn't have late models up there. We had the Northeast Modifieds. You ever see those, the gremlin looking? They were a little bit different, but yeah.
I ran what we call sportsman class, and then I ran modifieds, which was called UMP modifieds, which is open wheel front ends also.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to tonight. Looking forward to working with you and Jason. We're going to have a good time. I know Jason's finna come on there, so I'm finna shut my mouth and get off.
Crazy Cajun. Thanks for joining us. Robert, thank you, sir. And we'll see you in a couple. All right.
I knew he had a title, the Crazy Cajun.
The Crazy Cajun.
Who's here to see the Crazy Cajun tonight, people? Make some noise. All right, there's two. You got two fans, Robert. You got two fans.
They're coming in. You
paid them.
All right.
He might bet me $10,000 on this deal.
Oh yeah.
I didn't bring my checkbook.
He was ready.
56 hooks. 56 hooks. So I'm going to buzz through them quick, Dan, if you don't mind, and then we're going to go to
full pull picks.
Full pull picks. We're going to talk about that. So here's the pull in order. We've had a couple people. We're live on Facebook and YouTube right now. Again, if you're local, start texting your friends and tell them it's awesome and it's not going to rain. Tell them not to worry. So two-wheelers, Dan, you want to take that, buddy? You're the official voice of Full Pull.
Well, here tonight, like you say, we got 56 total hooks here tonight.
Yep.
We've got them Texas represented. We've got Ohio, Tennessee, Indiana. We've got Alabama. And it looks like, that's
18 two-wheel drives. That's a big
two-wheel drives.
You look at some of the names on there. I mean, Jesse Petro jumps out at me.
Well, Tim Mikulski out of Texas is going to get us rolling here tonight.
With the thumper.
We've got some of the, the tough trucks out of the Mid-South Circuit. Of course, we got Mark Ford, the Lusk family. We, saw
they won Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
With TNT. Yep.
That was Wesley with the Kryptonite. Of course, we got the Zajacs here tonight. Donald Nelson out of Texas.
Oh, the legend.
Jesse Petro.
You think Donald's pulled at the Superdome?
I'm sure he has.
We'll have to ask him.
Actually, Donald won one of his first ever pulls at the Houston Astrodome years ago.
Good
younger Donald Nelson.
A younger Donald Nelson.
Yes.
A couple days ago.
But great field of two wheels here tonight.
Here, let's just do the picks as we go.
Okay.
So for you fans at home, fullpullpicks.com or the Full Pull app. We have a head-to-head game up tonight, Dan. So in one head-to-head with this, fans, you have to pick who will do the best out of this group of 3 pullers. The Apex and Will Teasley is pretty much even money at 1-1. Nothing easy about it. Brent Sechrist is 17-1.
Last year's winner.
Last year's winner, but won
Saturday
Grand
night.
National points in 2022.
22, yep.
And then easy money, Jacoby Wiley is 1.3. So who do you want to grab out of that, Dan? We're going to do it live right on the air.
I think you're going to have to go with Teasley.
Okay.
Mid-South runner.
Been here before. And on the other side of it, we got Papa Bear, Trent Glover. He's 1.39-1. Wallace Motorsports, TJ Wallace at 1.39-1. And Trimmer, Mark Ford at 2.3-1. Who do you like there,
I
Dan?
think we're going to go with Mark Ford.
Mark Ford, the
with
Trimmer?
the Tremor truck, yeah.
Okay, we're going to place our wager.
He had his tires wrapped.
Oh,
we
yeah.
talked about that earlier.
That's important.
Yep. 20 more horse.
20 more horse.
20 more feet. There we
I love it. What do you got next
All right,
up?
so light limited super stocks. Next up, looks like we've got a handful of those. We got 5 in the class
First
here.
up will be Richard Taylor with Family Tradition.
Yeah, Michael Rose out of Tennessee.
Nick
Then we've
Harrell
got
with the
Nick
Grain
Harrell.
Train.
The Cracker Jack, Nolan
That's an
Robinson.
Alice,
Yep.
right? Yep.
And then the Grease Monkey, Larry Anderson, will
Nice.
be our final tractor here. So great class of the light limited
We saw a
supers.
couple of those at Shelbyville as well. I remember a
throughout
couple of
the
those
winners.
names.
Yep, throughout the winter here, we've seen the light limited
It's
class.
good to be outside, Dan.
Oh, it's first.
feels-
This
it
is
feels
the
better.
first official weekend of outdoor pulling. I mean, we've been down in Florida, but that's Florida pulling. But here is the official kickoff here to the outdoor season. We don't see the big John Deere here this weekend.
No,
Mr.
I don't know.
Shingleton.
I don't know where Shingletons are.
No sand pile to go after. I think maybe that's.
They would have brought one down for him.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
So next up, we'll have the Super Farms.
Okay.
Big class of the Super Farms here. As we'll start things off with the Bare Bones Binder. Long runner here in the Mid-South Circuit. Brandon Cromwell will start us off here. The Deer Tracks will be up number 2. That's Greg Fries, another tractor that needs no introduction. We got Mary Ann Kerr, our first lady of the
and that's an
evening.
Oliver, right?
That's an Oliver. Brad Woods, there's a tough runner right there, the Thunderstruck. Well, let's see. We've got Case of the Reds.
Oh, yeah. Charlie Salino.
The hometown guy right there. We've got the Green Fever, Russ Vandergrift doing the driving. The Raging Mule, Clay England. We've got the high-end harvester, Chris Hawkins, Ridge Runner, Russell DeBerry, and then Jimmy Hawkins with his farm-fed deer. So we've seen some of these competitors at the farm show here just,
we have.
about a month ago.
So you're seeing some of the best here tonight
Super
in Hammond.
Farms, yeah.
On fullpullpicks.com, we have the Super Farm game up. So again, another head-to-head. Who will do the best between Thunderstruck, Brad Woods, Deer Tracks, Greg Fries, and Green Fever, Russ Vandergrift?
Wow,
right now, the money is following Brad Woods.
That's a tough
He's
one.
easy money. He's even money. Deer Tracks is 2-1, and then Green Fever is 10-1.
10-1.
So who do you like there, Dan?
I'm gonna have to go with Brad Woods myself.
And on the other side of the head-to-head, we have the Case of the Reds, Charlie Salino. He's 1.5-1. Financial Mistake, Marianne Kerr's 26-1. And the Ridge Runner, Russell DeBerry, is a favorite on that side at 1-1. Who do you like
Charlie?
there? Go Charlie?
Go with the hometown guy.
Take the hometown guy?
Yeah.
I like it. Again, we're on fullpullpicks.com or the Full Pull app, everybody. And Dan, you're going to the next class. Again, 56 total hooks tonight, fan. One track.
Yeah, next up we got the Pro Stock diesel trucks. And we've got a pile of these here. Let's see here. Yeah, looks like we got a dozen of them here.
Nice.
And look, we've got
Stoughton, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Is
Greg
he really
Strandley.
here?
He's really here. I just talked to him a little bit ago.
Oh, okay.
Yep. His brother
Is John
John.
here?
No, John's not here.
John didn't come down. Okay.
His brother John is the announcer of the Badger State as well, and he's actually driven Greg's truck before. So
into the cornfield.
Into the cornfield in Utica, Wisconsin.
I remember seeing
Absolutely.
that. So tough field here. We've got the Straticus family.
They have 3 of them.
They got 3 of them. Now, big winner, Diesels and Dark Corners.
Yes.
Remember? He always reminds me because he says it's not on the Full Pull app. Day 2 of
That's right. We got to get that fixed.
we got to
for
take
him.
that taken care of. He says his win is not on there, and he says
Yep.
make sure you take care of it. So we'll make a note for Allie there. We'll get that taken care of. But yeah, we're going to start things off here. Eddie Douthit out of Pulaski, Tennessee. Here, the wagon wheel. We've got Ariane Thornhill with her truck.
She made a test pass last night, and
night.
that was her first pass ever on that truck. So
And she's still got the smile on her face.
She does.
Yes.
Yep.
Carolyn Counts.
The farm show winner.
She's up number 3, the Dixie Ram. That's a tough one right there. Rex Rogers. We've got Austin Rubel. the Sound of Madness truck
Yep,
here.
good
for
truck.
Stoney Hargett, he's going to be driving. William Kaufman going to be doing. Cody Thomas will be driving the Jumpin' Jack Flash here tonight.
Yeah, Nate had something going on at Old Miss.
Yes, they actually. Ferentz was telling me they passed each other on the highway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was heading north. They were heading south.
Nate's got to go,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, Nate's got a. Well, actually, Nate's got a. There's a big prestigious award. That he's up for. So
at Old Miss.
Good luck to Nate here tonight if he's.
He's going to make his dad proud.
Yeah.
Oh, he already has.
Well, your dad's going to make him proud too because he's going to be down there crew chiefing and giving his.
If you haven't seen anybody fun on the track, fans, watch Ferentz Fake.
Yes.
When it comes down there, he likes to hoop it up. He's pointing and slapping and smiling,
He
conducting. Because he was in the band.
Yes,
he was in the band.
So let's see here. Then, so Cody Thomas could be doing the driving there. And then we've got the Straticus family, a whole bunch of trucks here, 3 in a row. And then we got Brady Ingram.
Yes.
Out of the state of Illinois here
recently
tonight.
married.
Yes.
Still happily married. I checked.
Yes.
I checked on him a little bit. And he also helps
still smiling?
He is still smiling.
Okay, that's good.
And his wife's here with him as well.
He'll get used to it.
Yep. And then Greg Stranley from Wisconsin.
So Stranley. So what do we got for the picks?
So we got a head-to-head again. Dixie Ram, Jumping Jack Flash, and Midnight Smoke. Right now, on the one side of the head-to-head, Dixie Ram is a favorite at 1-1. Jumping Jack Flash, Cody Thomas is 5-1, and Midnight Smokes, Dimitri Straticus is 1.7-1. Who do you like out of that bunch?
I'm going to go with the Midnight Smoke truck.
Midnight Smoke.
Yep.
Okay. And on the other side of the head-to-head on full pull picks, we got Hercules at 1.3-1. That's George Straticus. The Sound of Madness, Austin Rubble, is the favorite at 1-1. And then Midnight Madness, Dimitri Straticus at 13-1.
I'm going to go with George.
You take George?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the one, I believe, that was the big winner there in
At
Georgia.
Diesel's and Dark Corners?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We got one more class to go, fans. We're going to wrap up our countdown to pull time.
So limited pro tractors.
4.1 limited pros.
4 ones. Yeah, we've got competitors here, Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, Wisconsin in our lineup. Illinois. So let's see here. We've got, looks like 5, 6. So just under 10. We got 9.
Nine,
so
4
good
ones.
field.
Good deal.
Who's
your first hook?
Dixie Deer.
Nice.
Will get us rolling here tonight. Larry Dean with the Never Satisfied. There's a guy that years ago pulled the Super Farm tractors. John Calvary. We've got Brad Foster here, the Moonshiner, the Hillbilly Moonshiner, Patrick Payne, Ethan Weston with the Deer Hunter 4-1. We saw him at the farm show. And then, of course, we got the Gallets at the bottom there. So,
and they won it last year, one of the nights, I believe.
One of the nights.
Yep.
So running in the red and the running red
running in the red.
will be here tonight. So
on our games on fullpullpicks.com, we have a head-to-head as well. And one side, Dan, we got Dixie Deer, Jed Pettis, running in the red, Tom Gallets, and special edition Steve Bausma is not here. So who do we want to pick? Do you want Dixie Deer or running in the red?
Well, I'm not going to pick Bausma.
No, I wouldn't pick Bausma.
That's a bad
He's
pick
not here.
right there.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with the Dixie Deer.
Dixie Deer?
I'm going to go with the...
And on the other side, we got Bad to the Bone Patrick Payne at 1-1. Weekend Warrior James Cavalry at 20-1, or Never Satisfied Larry Dean at 2-1.
I'm going to go Larry Dean. Coming back, old Super Farm guy coming back in here. And
he's been 4-1 for 3 or 4 years now.
Okay.
Yep. He came to the Pullers Championship, right, Kenzie? Pretty sure he did.
Hollywood, Alabama, if I remember right. Hollywood himself.
Well, Dan, the stage is set for night 1. We're excited. This is Knuckles, Dan. This is Knuckles.
Okay.
You're going to be working with the Crazy Cajun.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
He's going to have like an alligator leg in his mouth the whole time.
Tail. I think he
drinking
on a tail
shine,
he's got
flicking
shine.
cigarettes, yelling at the crowd. He said somebody's going to do the worm. I'm going to see if this guy. I'm going to see if this guy's all the yak that he is. We're going to find out tonight. He's sell the tickets.
Lay
sell
your cards
the tickets
on the table.
Let's do it. So we're excited to have you all fans here tonight. Make a lot of noise tonight. Robert said you guys are crazy, and somebody's going to do the worm. So for those of you watching at home, we're going to be on fullpull.live here at an hour.
7 o'clock Central.
And tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Just a heads up on that. So our countdown to pull time will start at 4. So
yes, so we are in Central Time here.
Perfect.
And boy, we've got a show.
It's going to be great. 5 great classes, 56 hooks. Our first time ever to Hammond, Louisiana. First time ever to a truck and tractor pull in Louisiana. So, and we want you to enjoy it as well. The Salino family, top-notch facility, great human beings. They got an awesome dealership. They're great people. This is their home, and they want to invite a lot of people out. So
great facility. Come on out and have a good time. It's